Hello everyone and welcome back. My name is Greg Furman, market analyst here at TraderPlanet.com, and these are the market positions for September the 28th, 2011. Now our first position for tonight is going to be in the natural gas futures, specifically the November contracts. Now what we're looking at here is a potential turn in the natural gas futures contracts. We can see here that we've been in oversold territory for some time now. Our predicted true strength indicator and our predicted MACD is beginning to turn up. Our predicted short-term difference is broken above the zero line, and our predicted medium and long-term differences are beginning to turn up also. Now these are indicators that you're only going to find on the Vantage Point software. I find them very effective to show me the strength of the trend, and more importantly when something is becoming overbought or oversold. So in this particular case we can see that we're hitting oversold in these natural gas contracts and a turn is likely. Now what we're going to do, we're going to break this down into the individual crossovers. Now looking at the short-term crossover from Vantage Point, this is very, very fresh, only about a day and a half old here. We can see that in the short term, it looks like we've got a trend reversal in progress on these natural gas contracts. Our medium term, however, and our long-term crossovers are still pointing down, so we do still have to be mindful of that. Now, what we want to do is we want to bring this triple EMA cross back up so we can have a look at our key pivot areas. $3.94, $3.87, and then we have $3.85 with a close of $3.87. So we're getting very close to pushing above this Vantage Point 18-day predicted moving average. So looking at this, let's also bring in the Vantage Point predicted high and predicted low. We can see that it's staying well within the range of the Vantage Point predicted high and predicted low. However, today it did not. It actually is nowhere near that predicted low of the day. It's pushing considerably higher and tagging that top line there and actually closing near that. So that again is a bullish maneuver consistent with that short-term crossover. So let's now go into the daily report from Vantage Point and see if we can again fine-tune this entry point. Now looking at our close, we've had 378, 376, 384, 387. So we're basically moving consistently higher. We've had a 2, 4, 6, 8 days on the Neural Index down. This is our second up day on the Neural Index. So that again is a positive sign. We can see our predicted short-term difference has turned from negative to positive 43. That's another sign that we're going to move higher. So for tomorrow we're going to be looking at a minor pullback towards the 379 area. Then we're going to target the 396 area, and this will be for the short term. Your intraday traders, that's what you're going to be looking at for tomorrow. Decent contract. But medium and longer term contracts, we should definitely be looking at 410, 420, somewhere up in that area, especially as we move closer into the heating season. You know, if we get into the colder weather, natural gas is likely to rise. So good looking position for tomorrow, potentially a trend reversal here. We'll see how it all plays out. Now that's our first position. Now our second position is going to be in the Forex market, specifically the British pound US dollar. Now what we're looking at here is a currency pair that's in heavily oversold territory. Now what I'm expecting is a continued move higher, but we're going to use this to set our short positions. Now looking at things, we can see the Vantage Point 18-day predicted moving average 157.70. Then we're looking at 156.13 and 155.81 with a close of 156.40. Now this is a critical area, this 157.70 area, and I expect it to hold even though we're expecting this short-term boost up in the equity markets. This is Fed induced, ECB induced, but I'm not sure that this is going to hold. So we're going to use any weakness in the dollar to actually get a better position on our shorts on the pound dollar. Now our predicted TSI and predicted MACD both in oversold territory, so it's perfectly normal for this to move higher. Predicted short-term difference, an aggressive move higher. But let's break this down by crossover. If we look at our short term is higher, our medium term is not, and our long term crossover is not, saying we have a trend reversal here. So again, we like to use things like this to get into a better, let the market move higher so we can get into a better position. We can see that we're getting a little bit aggressive here. We're breaking through that vantage point predicted high, and I expect another move higher tomorrow also. But again, as we start moving into the latter part of the week, this is likely to reverse. So with that said, let's go into our predicted high and predicted low from vantage point for tomorrow. We have 157.39 and 155.38. So on a move towards this 157.39 area, we're going to use that to sell and stay with the primary trend as identified by that AAA-MA cross. Stops in this particular case, I would put them personally, depending on account size, etc., 158.50, somewhere in that range. And I would expect any move towards that 157.70 to be met. In my respectful opinion, sellers are likely camped out there waiting for the market to get up to that price so they can reset their shorts. So with that said, these are the market positions for September the 28th, 2011. And again, my name is Greg Furman, market analyst here at TraderPlanet.com.